Joined now by our male high school athlete of the week, presented by Distinct Inc. It is Corbin Johnson of Cape and Mount Carmel boys basketball. He's had a great week, eclipsed the 1,000-point threshold last week in a couple of big wins. Cape is off and running this year in his senior season. Corbin, what was going well for you guys last week during your week? You averaged, I believe, over like 25 a game. What's been clicking for you so far?
Yeah, my teammates and coaches are just getting me open really well. I've been spending extra time in the gym, just getting shots up and playing confident.
Yeah, and for you, what did it mean to go over that 1,000-point threshold? Was that a goal coming into the season, or heck, even when you were back as a young freshman, was that kind of a goal for you? And what did it mean to get over that 1,000-point mark?
Yeah, I've always wanted to since I was little, hearing about kids getting over 1,000 points. So it felt really good for my work to show with that accomplishment.
And you are more than a scorer, although you were the number two scorer on the team last season. You've kind of expanded your game a little bit this year as the lead ball handler for you guys. Is that where you feel like you've grown the most as kind of an all-around player and not just a knockdown shooter?
Yeah, this year I've had to grow into a lot of different roles, and I feel like that's really helped my game, especially, yeah, handling the ball defensively, passing, being a leader. So, yeah, it's been a really great year and a lot of growth.
Yeah, and was that kind of a emphasis for you because with Will Thingvall, who was one of the top players in the state over the last 2 or 3 years, coming into this year, it kind of felt like the team was going to be on your shoulders. You were going to have to take a lot of what Will did last year. Is that where you kind of had to feel like you improved a lot, being more so a leader on the floor?
Yeah, Will taught me a lot last year, and Will Ancio taught Will a lot the year before. But we try not to put a lot of pressure on ourselves and just be good leaders and play the right way.
You guys are off to a 13-3 start this season. You guys have really been playing some of your best basketball here recently after a rough start, getting a win last night over Bishop Carroll. What's kind of been clicking for you guys since that kind of winter break where you guys kind of went in struggling, but since then you guys have been on a tear?
Yeah, it really says a lot about a team when you hit adversity. Some teams would quit, but we trusted each other. We stayed close, and we fought through the adversity and just playing our best basketball.
What did it feel like last night to get that win over Bishop Carroll to avenge that early season loss for you guys? How did it feel to win that? And not only that, but do it on your home floor.
Yeah, to be honest, it felt really good. There was a lot of talk before the game and a lot of talk after we lost, so it felt really good just for the guys and for the coaches.
And for you personally, how did you kind of get into basketball? When did you start playing, and when did you really start to love the game?
Yeah, so I had two older brothers, and ever since I could remember, I was just watching them play, shooting at halftime. So, yeah, basketball has been my first love, really, and I love the game, and I want to keep playing as long as I can.
And yeah, that was going to be my next question. Kind of who got you into basketball? I would assume it'd be your older brothers.
Yeah, my older brothers, yep.
Yeah.
Great mentors for me and just taught me a lot of things.
Are you better than them? Do you think? Because my younger brother's much better than me at basketball. Would you say you're better than them?
Yeah, I would say I'm a lot better, and I would always say that ever since I was little, I was better.
When did you kind of realize that you were pretty good at basketball? Was it grade school, middle school? When did things kind of start to click for you and become a little bit easier out on the floor?
Yeah, ever since I was little, I could shoot a lot better than other kids. But after that, I really started working with some trainers, getting my ball handling better, and I started traveling around with AAU teams. And that's when I really realized the game could take me somewhere.
What do you enjoy the most about playing basketball? What's the one thing you look forward to whenever you take the floor?
I just love just everything in life just takes a pause, and you're just out there having fun with your friends, really. I try not to put any pressure. It's just playing the game. It's just basketball.
What's it like playing for Coach Steve Eck? I mean, he's got a long line of great athletes that have played under him, and obviously coming to Capen and doing it really well under his, I believe, last 4 or 5 years. What's it like playing for a coach with such pedigree? And do you have any funny stories or anything you can tell about Coach Eck?
Yeah, it's been really different playing for me. It's a really different play style, but I mean, just try not to question him. He knows what he's talking about. If you look at his record, and he's just a really funny guy.
Do you have any? Does he say how is he funny? If you don't mind me
Yeah.
asking.
So he never curses. He's always saying like, "What the crap?" Just calling you like any name you can think of without trying to say a curse word. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty funny. For you, what kind of leadership role have you taken on as a senior? Has it been more of a vocal leader, lead by example, as a lot of the kids I'm sure on the team kind of look up to you?
Yeah, I try to in the off season. I try to lead by example, inviting them to as many things as I could, and just showing them like how to work hard. And yeah, I try to be the vocal leader whenever they're feeling down on themselves to try to lift them up, pass to them, give them open shots. Yep.
What's kind of the team chemistry like for this year's team? How do you guys like to do stuff fun off the court? How do you guys stay tight like a bunch of family members?
Yeah, it really does feel like a family. Most of us grew up together, and the kids that didn't, they fit right in. We're all best friends off the court, so it makes it really easy when adversity strikes for us to stay close.
And for you, you've been on 3 Kapaun teams that have been to the state tournament. Last year's team winning the state tournament. What makes this year's team so special, and what makes this year's team kind of different? Maybe from a basketball perspective, non-basketball perspective. What makes you guys special and so different from the last couple of years?
Yeah, we have a lot of funny personalities, and having young guys that got to experience the state championship run, and although they didn't play a whole lot, just being around the practices and the guys, like they really know what it takes.
What did you kind of learn from a guy like Will Thingvall last year, who was so good and had such a leadership role for you guys? What did you kind of learn and take away from him?
Yeah, the main thing I learned from Will is just to be confident in yourself and shoot the ball, really. He always just told me just let it fly, and that's what he did. So, yeah.
The one thing I've noticed about you whenever I watch is you always have the green light. Is it like coach says, okay, like when you get off the bus, you're allowed to shoot the basketball from there? Or is it like, okay, half court's kind of your range? Where does your range stop for Coach Eck, for him maybe to not yell at you for taking a bad look?
I mean, to be honest, it really just matters if I make it. He gets mad at me for missing a lot, but I just stay confident. I try not to listen when he gets mad.
What's kind of some of your goals for the season, whether that be individually or for the team as a whole?
Yeah, I just want us to grow closer together and ultimately win another state championship and just leave my mark on the school and leave it a better place than it was when I left.
All right, so what's a pregame routine look like for you? You know, the 24 hours, the day leading up to a game, maybe like an hour before.
Honestly, I just try not to take it so serious. I like to joke around a little with my teammates before the game. But an hour before, I really like to focus up, sit by myself, listen to some country music, and just relax.
Yeah. For you, what do you like to do outside of basketball? Like hobbies, anything you like to do for fun? I know you're kind of dedicated to the game. You do a lot of stuff during the summer. But when basketball season ends, what's the first thing you like to do?
Yeah, I really enjoy fishing, being outside, swimming. But, yeah, I'm a really big fisherman, and I enjoy it a lot.
Gotcha. What's the biggest fish you've ever caught?
50-pound catfish in Cheney Lake.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there any picture proof of that, or are we just going to have to take your word for it?
You should believe me, but I do have a picture for proof.
What about an interesting fact about you? Something somebody may not know about you that might be a little bit different about you? Country music as a basketball player is probably a little bit different.
Yeah, that I would say that's probably it. I listen to country music mostly, and a lot of my teammates in the summer like to make fun of me for it.
Gotcha. What's the go-to country artist? What's your favorite?
I really like Morgan Wallen, Riley Green, all those guys.
Well, Corbin, congratulations. 1,000 points. That's a big threshold, and best of luck going the rest of the way.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.